Looks like you guys got the cameras in like slow mo a little bit.
What did Cameron say? You said something.
I like y'all setup, man.
I changed on just a little bit, but we'll go with it.
Yeah.
Oh, you was there.
Yep. I'm turning my light down. I'm in my so that save some battery. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Make sure it's cool. That's cool.
Mic check 1 2 1.
Mic check 1 2.
Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2.
Snap your finger for me. Right in the mic. Okay. Okay. All right. Do your thing. From there.
All right. So Jimmy, what do you have? I'm doing it, John.
What was that?
So what did you find on? You find anything interesting on social media?
About the topic? Yes, indeed. You guys are breaking up a little bit.
What did you find?
Let me show you. You want me to show you? Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
In the Ohio House named the Right to Know Act.
Tim, Kaylee, the act is all about requiring hospitals to offer genetic testing at birth to verify paternity, as well as reduce any errors that could possibly happen in hospitals.
Taxes, and I care about where my money goes. I'm not here to pay for so-and-so because there's a confusion about who's the father. That's not my business. Handle your personal shit. And for me, I want to fund schools. I want to fund the MTA because the trains are never on time. We got bigger problems. I'm sorry, I'm not paying for no mandatory test. I don't think there's any issue with a man taking care of another man's child. Women do it all the time, whether you know or not.
Mandatory DNA testing at birth. Ever since I started this platform, you guys already know I've been a major advocate of this legislation. A parent.
Okay, so let's talk about it. The part. So what was she saying about? She says the issue for it. She's not going to pay for.
She's not going to pay for
anyone.
Well, her thing was.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jimmy.
No, you go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, from what I'm understanding, she was like, she had no problem with mandatory testing. It's like what she was saying at first, like, I had no problem with it. But men shouldn't have a problem paying because women do it all the time. And she lost me with that. I mean, when women do it all the time, they know that they're helping to raise somebody else's child.
So she's saying that forget that I'm not paying for it. If you want to know, then you have to pay for it. Other than that, she just gets a chance to choose who she wants to be.
I don't know what the hell she was saying. I'm gonna be honest with you. She was kind of all over the place. I understood at first because she was saying that, hey, our money don't have to go to paying for children that the dad don't know who it is. We can use that money for other stuff, take care of taxes and stuff. And that's fine. Is that what you about to play, Jimmy?
Well, what I saw was she doesn't want to have taxes taken out of her check or whatever she works that goes towards people trying to get the DNA test. Yeah, but I'm saying if there wasn't a mass of people doing this nonsense, we wouldn't have to go through that. So, lady, talk to your ladies about it and try to change shit up. Start being honest right at the get-go, you know what I mean? Stop having babies by other people and saying it's a different dudes. You know what I mean?
To me, doesn't make sense. So you don't want to pay for a mandatory one-time test, but you don't mind paying your taxes to send to somebody to send them food or food stamps or whatever they need for child support for 18 years.
Right.
Because we know we pay taxes to help kind of cover that stuff.
Fact.
It's the same thing.
So that makes no sense. I'd rather pay one time.
I was telling anybody have a problem with it, and I don't think that she's really saying that that could be put toward transportation, last bull crap. You know, you don't care about.
Look, I understand why some people have a problem with it, because if you move it dirty, you don't want it to be known that the child is not whoever it is that you're trying to blame it on.
Right.
If you ain't got nothing to hide, there's no problem.
Right. Exactly.
I don't quite get it, but there's a lot of that that's going on. By the time we do this next show, I'm gonna bring the stats.
Right.
You know, they outlaw blood tests in Germany. I mean, not Germany, but Jamaica.
Really? Why?
Because they said that they already know by looking at statistics that there's a lot of men in Jamaica that are raising kids that are not theirs. And they said if it comes out, Jamaican men don't play. They're gonna be getting rid of some folks. Baby mama's gonna come up missing, chopped up. That's what they're saying. I mean, they said, so they made it where no, you can't go back and do that, because they say men would lose their mind in Jamaica. That's a whole nother, their whole thinking process is different.
Right.
So there's some other countries that are doing the same thing, that you can't really do a mandatory test or a blood test later. If you sign the birth certificate, that's it.
Well,
what you think?
Oh, they should. Aren't they trying to pass a law where you have to have it right at birth? Or somebody's trying to pass that, like mandatory blood test right when you have the baby, right when she has the baby? Is that something they're working on as well?
Yeah, that's what they're trying to pass. I think it's not a law yet. I think it's either in the Congress or something. But they're trying to discuss it and put this thing together, because they're saying what we can do is, one, we're testing the baby at birth for any kind of genetic diseases, anything of that nature. Along with that, we can go ahead and just do a birth test to find out, okay, if it's the mother and the father's baby. That's for one. Two, are there any genetic stuff that we need to look for from the dad or the mom? And while we're doing that, we can automatically go ahead and find out that these are the parents, is what they're saying.
I think that'd be a great idea, because I'll be honest, I almost had a scare. You know what I mean? The lady's going around having sex with multiple people. You know what I mean? You never know who's the baby dad. So if you're going to be paying for the child and taking care of the child, there should be a mandatory paternity test. So you know that you're taking care of the child that's yours. You know what I'm saying? And then later on finding out,
no doubt.
it's going to be so bad later on you find out 18 years later, oh, that's not my child. I paid for 18 years and I raised this child for 18 years. It's an emotional breakdown. Everything. It's just a bad look for both parties. So I think it should definitely be mandatory at the beginning.
Right. It would change a whole lot of stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
Or maybe it should be like, what the idea is mandatory if only if one or other side demanded for it to be done. Like, let's say that you can have a child, it's like, hey, I don't know, but I'm willing to take care of it, we together, blah, blah, blah. But if one or the other person say, you know what, I want to know, and by law, they have the rights to know, and then I think it should be mandatory only if both people, one or the other agree.
Now, I think you hit on something, because I kind of read something about that they saying that, hey, we can make it mandatory that we automatically do it. Now, if both parties decide, no, we don't want to do it, that's fine. But if one party out of it says, well, I'm not sure, or now this it's mandatory, let's just do it, that it will be done. So it's not like the mom can say.
Or better yet, whoever named it on the birth certificate is the male. Maybe they say it's mandatory. Okay, if we want name one go up there, we have to do a blood test.
Yeah, I think they're doing something
it's
like that.
That person, they want to know, but it's right for them.
Right. I mean, I for some, I think they're trying to do this because there's been so many issues too. There are some men that's so in love with the woman, they might want to know, but they scared to say anything. So they just gonna go with it. Yeah. And then they're gonna get mad 2 years later wishing they had done it.
Right.
You know, or they just so sure, I know she never cheated on me, I ain't gonna put that in the air because it's gonna cause some issues.
Right.
But if it's mandatory that, hey, we did a DNA test, not so much to try to prove that it's his or not his, we just trying to check the genetics. That way it kind of gets the man out of it. If that's a mandatory thing,
right,
it is what it is.
Especially, I think if you got to pay, you know what, probably definitely have to pay child support. I think that's probably when it should be necessary. It's the part should be necessary.
Yeah.
Because some men can be paying for something forever and going through different problems with baby mom, etc.
Right.
So I think in that instance, somebody should have to pay for stuff, and they're not sure. I think if you're gonna agree to pay, then you have to do a blood test, and it's up to you then if it's not yours, but not
whether they want to still be involved, right? Part of the problem that they were talking about too is we're talking about the mom and dad.
Right.
The problem comes up even if the mom thought it was his.
Right.
I mean, she knew she did something, but she messed around with the dad 3 more times after that.
Right.
And never thought the first guy she messed with on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
And then she ended up messing with her friend, her husband or boyfriend or whatever for the next couple of months and don't find out she's pregnant until a certain time. Mm-hmm. She thinks it's hers. I mean, and his.
Right.
But the problem come in, they say that the kids are the ones that are getting all messed up mentally because they may go to they 5, 6, and 7 and then they hear, but that ain't your daddy no way.
Oh, wait a minute. Let's hit the flip side now, because sometimes if a woman messed with 2 dudes, could have been an ex, you know, and at the end of the day, she gonna want, more than likely, if she like one, that she really the person really, really good, she know probably gonna, if she tell them this and say, probably somebody else, she probably know, you know what, I was saying a chance of losing it. So I'm not gonna tell him.
Exactly.
And let him think that you know it's his because I like him more. And
that's
I know this was just a quick done and he won't shit, but the sex was good. But you know, and it's sad.
But but that's on her.
Right, it's on her, right?
You know, I'm not knocking her. Stuff happened,
right?
Especially this day and age. You and your baby daddy could have gotten into an argument, mad about something. Y'all done. Mm-hmm. We ain't coming back together. I'm sick of it.
Right.
And you already knew this other guy. 2 weeks later, y'all start messing around.
Mm-hmm.
Something happened. And you like, okay, it was cool, but I really ain't feeling him like that. Baby dad call up. Hey, look, I know we messed up. She know, they both agree.
Right.
Come together, some things happen. For the whole next week or two, they doing stuff, having a good time. She already pregnant by the first dude, but she might not even be showing any symptoms.
Might not even know.
Might not even know.
Mm-hmm.
And then when she goes, you know, and find out the date, a lot of times they can hit it. I wish I had women here because I like when they can say they know the exact day.
Yeah.
You know, like a certain time frame.
Right. Now, listen, sometimes for me, it's guys like she's sleeping around with dudes unprotected.
Right.
And as men, we got to be careful now because that also means that the flip side to it is so are 2 dudes.
Yeah.
So no one is really to blame in that, except for both people still, you know, I like to me for me to sit and try to judge a woman just because she did that, then I would just as guilty. Is those two guys did the same thing, and who knows they even sleep with somebody. It's just that she got caught up with the baby.
No doubt, no doubt. I'm not. I mean, I'm not.
But we do stuff too. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not blaming her.
Right.
I'm just saying that if you know that you were sleeping with somebody else,
right,
you might as well just go ahead and blood test and deal with the consequences. Now, this is what's happening too. I work with some women at work,
right,
and some of the conversations we have, I'm learning an awful lot.
Right.
I'm learning an awful lot.
Right.
I'm not saying they've done it, but they mentioned that, hey, the girl knows she was pregnant.
Right.
By a dude that's sorry, he's done been in jail, he ain't got much of a job. She met him, he's 6'4", he fit, he's got a nice little car. She talked to him on the phone for a couple of weeks. Some things happened. She ended up getting pregnant. Then she found out that ain't his car. The job he said he had, he lost that 3 weeks ago.
That's from a girl car.
Right. That was his mama's car.
Right.
He was driving.
Right.
He ain't got nothing that he really said he had.
Right.
But the guy that she really take care of the child, they pointing at him.
Right.
And this guy gonna be a good dad. He's gonna take care of. She ain't really into him, but he's a good father. I know he's gonna be a good father.
Right.
So it happens a lot.
So look, check this out. Let's play it. Let's go back to that. Let's switch the tables.
Okay.
If you was in a female shoe, what would you do?
I would tell him yeah. But I mean, I'm just being the devil's advocate.
Right.
I see why people do it.
Right, exactly.
I see why people do it.
Right.
But it's the craziest thing to me because that's just like saying if I went and go had a child,
right,
and for 12, 13 years, I'm just not gonna tell them.
Right.
I'm just as wrong.
But think about it. Let's say there is two women, and out of two women, we got a choice
of who want to get pregnant.
Who want to get pregnant?
Right.
You know, one you love having sex. It's a little toxic. You got one you know to be your mom, and one or other has to be pregnant. Which one would you choose?
Of course, I want
that. Right. So I think that's how I can see how. You know.
I mean, yeah. I mean, when you put it like that, it makes all the sense in the world.
Right.
But now, if that's the case, you need to you need to be honest with yourself. Okay, I ain't gonna put them in the child.
Think about it now. Especially if it's a good one.
Jimmy, jump in when you want. I know what you're talking about.
Especially if you know that's a good one now. I mean, you know that person's good. And you know, you tell her like, look, babe, I slept with my ex. And you know she's like a stand-up woman, you know she's not gonna put up for it. And when I look at it that way, it's like, I think I probably, because you know, all stuff is a game. Everyone's trying to play it for their own game or their own, you know, that position, you know, they have a position. So at the end of the day, I can see how sometimes they make some decisions they do. Sometimes.
I'm not saying that they are completely wrong.
Right.
But for 18 years,
that's where you get repeated. You have to start
$500, $1,200 a month from a man that you know this is not his child. That's the only What you think,
Jimmy? What you think?
Man, oh man.
I think I know what I'm saying, but what you think?
What I think, all right, this is the thing. The person, or everybody should be responsible, first of all, but the person that should be the most responsible is the one that has to have the kid. So if she is the one sleeping with multiple dudes and then she finds out she's pregnant, she needs to start communicating. Or if they're getting serious, communicate then. Listen, you know, we're having unprotected sex. I did that before. If I get pregnant, it could be both. Somebody got to say something. Somebody's got to be honest from the very start. You know what I mean? Especially when she finds out she's pregnant, he should know. A lot of women or men, they get cautious, scared, or you know what I mean, like they don't want to break up with their girlfriend, so they're not going to say anything, or the girlfriend doesn't want to break up with him, so she's not going to say anything. But the worst at the end, it's worse at the end. You know what I mean? Like if you find out that it's not his, or you know what I mean, this and that, whatever, you get like the Jamaican, like you said, Jamaican, somebody gonna get eliminated if you find out something different. I told my baby mom, if I find out the kid's not mine, you better get great on some real, you know what I mean? Because I've been paying, I've been struggling because of child support and all that good stuff. And then to find out that I've been doing it for nothing, That was strong. So there needs to be a lot more communication and honesty. Break hearts. Do it.
Which brings me to this, right? This is a really good question. Someone said the other day. When it comes to cheating, between us and men, you know, I think we always say that women, they want to go over it. But it's also that men, we can't get over a woman cheating, but we expect for them to forgive us if we're cheating. What are your thoughts about that? Do you think it's harder for a man to forgive a woman for cheating?
Yes. Yes. What I think of is that scenario they had with the cup. Like you can pass the cup around, you're holding out the cup, right? You pass it around, you want to drink. But if you pass it around and you keep digging your fingers in the hole, nobody's gonna want to drink. If one person dig it and you try to give it to another person, they're not gonna want to drink that one.
Right.
You guys are breaking up a little bit. But yeah, it's a guy takes pride in their ownership, right? So if they believe that their woman is theirs, they will never feel all right about something else touching. And plus the competition, that's competition automatically. Another dude touching your girl, another dude being with your girl. You know what I mean? Women know they can get dick at the drop of a dime. So it's easy for them to get over it. They'll just chip with another dick and they'll be all right. You know what I'm saying? Right. But guys are like, somebody else penetrated my shit. And then you're thinking about like, because you know how women think emotionally, they have to build an emotional bond with that dude before they even fuck with him. They're not just going on fucking. Yep. So that means the emotion you have for me is now with another dude. And that automatically, as a man, you're like, I thought I was the man. It's that pride thing. You know what I mean? So I guarantee men definitely hurt worse than women do when it comes to cheating. The first thing a man does is sit and sulk, you know, his misery. Next, women usually just like, you know what, girls, let's go out, party, find some dick, and I'll be okay. And then right back to
a lot of women these days, younger women, and older women did too. Don't get me wrong, but they, like you said, Jimmy, they have more of a connection with that man.
Right.
You know, for the man, the wife to go out and cheat like that is usually someone that she either knew, that they got to know each other, whether he was trying to hit it or not. Emotionally, he got connected to her somehow. And when she was at a bad state or something happened, or she just needs someone's shoulder to lay on, some stuff go down. That's all emotion.
Thanks.
So that's how it normally happens with women. This day and age, some of the girls are like, oh, I gotta get my get back. I hear this phrase, oh, I'm gonna get my get back. They still with their man, they still cool, they still go out to eat, she take care of the house and do that and the other. Hey babe, I'm gonna run out for a little bit. She already got it planned, and she gonna go over there and get smashed. Ain't no real connection to this dude. He's sexy, I like him. We talked a little bit, I'm gonna get my get back. And some of them say they can cut it. They gonna tell the dude, hey, look, I know we've been around a couple of months. Me and my man, we're gonna try to work it out. And they just keep it moving. But they don't realize when you're doing that, you're really losing the connection with your man, because one, you ain't got no real emotional connection anymore.
Thanks.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just me, and of course I'm not a woman, so
right.
Before I could see this dealing with females, I just think that it's a bigger gamble for women, because usually, because they are emotional creatures, if you mess, and this for both sides, you mess with the same person consistently. And if y'all video do something like hang out a couple of times with him, you build some type of emotional attachment to him if you doing it right. And then if you, I guess sometimes I know some females that just got guys that's all they got. That's come out there and do that.
Oh yeah. They got an emotional tie with this guy. Right. But they might have 3 or 4 guys they got an emotional tie.
If you can do that, you just love to do. I mean, if a person jump in the mud, I jump in the mud with both muddy, with both dirty people. So to do it because there's a game that you wanted to do. Back. You want to do it in the first place. It had to be there.
But some guys don't care about getting in the mud.
Yeah, some guys don't. Right, but you don't do the same thing.
It's different mud.
It's the same mud.
It's the same mud, but it just looks different.
It looks different.
It looks different to a man.
Yeah.
For men, when they do it, most of the time it's a feeling, it's emotion, just it's the ways.
Right.
You know, most men we talk about it in the barbershop.
Right.
It's a release. It's a
Right.
stress release. It's this, that, and the other. You know,
Right.
that type thing.
Right.
So I hear that all the time.
Right.
They might not even. I've heard guys say, "I can't even stand that woman."
Right.
But they'll knock it down.
Yeah.
A woman will tell you if she can't stand that man or that dude on the job, she ain't messing with him. So she's got to have an attachment to him.
So
Yes,
what about this? Because how is it that we can expect them to still keep us? We do it.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, if they do it, we can't do it. So is that fair?
It's like that.
Life is not fair. And we are not equal.
I mean, I'm not saying that it's right that we do it.
Right, right,
I'm not saying it's right when they do it.
right, right.
But life isn't fair. That thing just hits differently.
Right.
And they're like, well, if you don't want me to do it, you better not do it. Of course,
Right.
that should be the case.
Right.
But I'm not saying that men are right when they do it all. Wrong, biblically wrong.
Right.
But since the beginning of time, that has been the biggest flaw of man. Wars have been started over that poo tank.
Yeah, you're right.
You know, I mean, wars have started. What to say? He sent a man into battle to get killed because he was sleeping with the man's wife. His
Fact.
wife. When the man came back and wouldn't go home to sleep with his wife because he done got her pregnant, he was dedicated to this man.
But you know, they showed me though, we really look at it, this man Adam and Eve, right? That even though he disobeyed God because of Eve, since the beginning of time, that the number one weakness of a man is a woman. We look at superhero movies, Incredible Hulk, Spider-Man, Batman, Superman, they all got one thing in common, love interest. If you can just get to that one part, you got it. That's the culture. You know, there's always love interest between any superhero movie, between a man and a woman. Like it has to be there.
Right.
And so I think at the beginning of time, you know, women can be a good plus in a man's life, but for everything that has up has a down. And the wrong woman can lead a man down the wrong road. The right woman can lead him if she know how to assist him and help him. But that's how you get it.
But we have to have that, as they call it, dick discipline.
Right.
You got to have that.
No.
Under one. Go ahead on. What you say?
Not for them though. We don't need dick discipline for them. We need it for our own growth. You know what I'm saying? Because we go
right. Right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. We need dick discipline because as a man, someone show you a little attention, they want to do something.
Yeah.
You know, so you have to understand, hey, that's cool, that's great, but not mess with that. Leave it alone. Go home. Let your wife or your girlfriend take care of your needs. And that's what we don't understand either. And then when you ain't doing that because of whatever feeling going on, then you got him in a really bad situation. You know, so that's something that need to be addressed. That's why we talk about having a round table of women as well, because they need to understand that's tough on a man.
Yeah.
You know, and especially when you're out here, these pastors, these ministers, all these folks getting caught up in this. And then you're a regular, ordinary man. And you trying to make sure you maintain prayer. That prayer is a great thing, but doggone, you got to have some dick discipline
and a backup plan.
So what?
Always have a backup plan because when have you ever been able to control?
What you talking about?
Back your hand or backup plan?
Secret place. Secret bank account, secret card somewhere you can go just in case shit pop off, because shit's gonna pop off. It's a given.
Now,
It happened with Spider-Man. It happened with Superman. It happens with Tom Brady. It happens with every man that is successful.
Don't have a backup plan.
What's the backup plan?
What's the backup plan?
You gotta have a backup hand. You gotta have all time, everything back up.
What's the backup bottle of baby oil? Is that what you talking about, Jimmy?
Backup bottle of baby oil, baby. I'm telling you, you never know.
That's what we're talking about.
Oh, Jimmy talking about baby oil for yourself. Keep it 100. That's what you talking about, Jimmy.
No.
If you're not gonna go out cheap, you better have some sort of backup plan.
Right.
Something in the hand. Better figure out something. And that's a whole nother
Backup
stuff.
plan,
We're gonna have
a
to talk
backup
about
plan
that too.
is like a prenup too.
So what now?
A backup plan like a prenup. Have that.
Now I don't know if that could be in the prenup though. That's all good.
What do you mean?
What's in the prenup? That you get it 4 times a week and 2 times on the weekend?
That's a contract, and you need that too. That's a backup plan too. If your wife says no to you when you want pussy, you should be able to go get pussy somewhere else.
I got you. I hear you.
But, like, listen.
Now, see how this gonna work out for the wife? Oh, you saying that needs to be in the prenup?
In the prenup, and everything, all that what you need should be in that contract. You can't be denied nothing. Nothing.
Well,
and
that's something that needs to be discussed, though, isn't it?
Facts. That's what I'm saying. At the beginning, there should be more communication, honesty, before you get into deep into it. Because like me, I think about everything. So we got to go over this and this and this, just in case this happens. You got to think of them scenarios. If you see it happening to mad people, so you don't want that to happen with this. Huh?
What's up? Y'all not getting along with y'all arguing? Y'all like right now, y'all just not in a good place. Do you still think she should? That's it.
Well, if you're arguing, then you shouldn't go to bed mad. They say that. Mad, arguing now.
They say a whole lot of things. They say you ain't supposed to be cheating, but people do it all the time. So with the go to bed arguing, go to bed mad, folks do that all the time.
They do, but they tell you they shouldn't.
Well, right.
So
they tell you that you deny your husband. Your body is his.
Facts.
His body is yours. But they have still go to bed and not give you nothing.
Well, if y'all are people,
and I see women do this a lot with guys. It's like they want to force you to talk about it now. And sometimes what I have learned is sometimes everything's all about timing. Some people need a break. Some people need to walk off and get their mind together. And then hit a reset button. And sometimes you try to force them, like, I don't know, I want to talk about it now. You've been forceful, and they need a second to get off, to get their mind clear and come back where their mind's more, where they can talk about it. And that's all a matter of just like listening, being in tune with that person, the conversation. Sometimes you can always force it. I do know, I get the concept on sort of a bad man, but maybe the person just need a second to just, and maybe next morning they can wake up and say, okay, you talk.
Right. Well, I mean, I think that can be handled where just not on the same page, we're not agreeing. Maybe we're gonna go to bed mad,
right?
But we're just not agreeing.
Right.
And we may go to bed and set this aside till later. Mm-hmm. So I kind of get that.
Right.
I mean, that makes sense to me.
Right.
But most
men, I don't say that's wrong. Right.
Most men, we want to meditate on this thing. I think the guy said a long time ago, which I think
yeah, breaking up. Let's see what we got here. What's good with you? Sorry about that. Sugar bump. What's good with you? I'm gonna drop them for right now because their mics are mixed up. Man's Hollywood and them. What's going on, Sugar? Who's gonna pay? Listen, if y'all Sugar bump, if y'all wasn't going around, or us, y'all, whatever you want to call it, we're going around sexing 2 people at the same time and not knowing who the baby daddy is, we wouldn't have to go through this. But since this is happening, mandatory test. Because all right, let me ask you, Sugar Bump. Do you know women out there who have babies by dudes that, it's with a dude that thinks it's the baby and it's not? I'm sure you know somebody who has seen cases like that. If so, this is growing. This is like dudes are paying child support. Kids that ain't theirs. And they're going through a whole emotion like, this is my son, this is my daughter, da da da, and finding out when it comes time that, all right, you do know. So do you feel bad about it? That the guy is like, damn, taking care of somebody's kid and thinking that it's his kid? You don't feel bad for that? Like, you don't think that people should be having mandatory DNA tests right when they're having a kid, so you could dictate, at least a guy or a female have enough room or knowledge to make a decision? maybe I don't want to be with this guy, maybe this and that, whatever like that. But you don't feel it anyway. You're all evil, but you don't feel it anyway until it happens to you. Well, I don't know if you decide to do that to somebody, but nobody will feel away until that happens to them. But nobody really wants that shit to happen to them. So I think it should be in there. If we pay taxes for dumb shit anyway. So eliminate the dumb shit we pay for and the shit that matters. If we're gonna put some money towards something, it's towards honesty. How about that? I believe. How do I do that? Share the link. That's cool. I'm gonna do that. I didn't know you could just share the link like that. I remember that. But yeah, my guys dropped off. We were on there. He dropped off. Hopefully they'll be back. So I'm in Hollywood. Not your tax money. You paying for cops to fuck people up for no reason. You gonna fight that? Taxes go to not protecting, but setting people up to go to jail. What about that? We're paying for that. You feel bad about that? No, you probably don't. You probably don't, sugar bums. But what I'm saying is this. Let me give it this. What I'm saying is this. I think that shit should be mandatory no matter what. I think cops are necessary, but what they're doing, most of what they're doing is unnecessary. We're not, they're not protecting and serving anymore. They're just looking for shit to fuck you up with. Most of our tax dollars go to that. Like, I remember growing up when they used to protect. I used to see them on the street. They'll sit up to say hi. They see you walking, jaywalking. They'll say, hey, just get off the streets. Or they see this happen. They'll say, oh, da da da. If they try to give you a ticket and know that you ain't that type of person, like, go on about your way. But now they look forward to fucking you up. The sheriff or the main dude at the police station, or was it the sheriff, the head guy? I keep forgetting names. It's too early for this. But they have a mandatory amount of people that they need to arrest by the end of the year. What if nobody's doing anything? What are you gonna do? Make up shit? Which they do. All right, so we're paying tax for that. So there's people out here destroying men's lives, destroying kids' lives by knowing. If y'all don't sit down to it, by knowing that that's not the father, and they're still letting that person believe that it is. Hey, Quarter, there you go. Thank you. It's early. I had a long night last night. But yeah, like, come on now. If there wasn't people out there trying to ruin lives like that, we wouldn't have to go through this. We wouldn't have to go through this at all. And there's a lot of men being destroyed, paying child support. I don't know, at a good amount, and someone don't even get to see their kid. You got people taking kids that ain't theirs. Come on, let's get this problem. Let's get this under control. Yes, you'll see a big change in accountability and responsibility if they pass this. I believe we should. I really believe. I really, really believe. I'm gonna try. I'm actually gonna. if Listen, they lie so much that people want this to happen. That's how much they lied about it. How many dudes think their kids theirs and not? How many kids really think that their kid is theirs and it's not? Tons. Okay, these dogs. Hey, tons. Oops, here we go. I'm gonna play the video. Oh no! I just had the video. I was gonna play it. Hopefully, it's still there. Let's see history. Right here. And I'm gonna play this video for y'all so you understand what we're talking now. I'm getting back to it, you know what I mean? All right, I'm gonna put this down. Share screen. Bye-bye. Here we go. All right, let's do this. All right, here we go.
To Know Act.
Tim, Kaylee, the act is all about requiring hospitals to offer genetic testing at birth to verify paternity, as well as reduce any errors that could possibly happen in hospitals.
Taxes. And I care about where my money goes. I'm not here to pay for so-and-so because there's a confusion about who's the father. That's not my business. Handle your personal shit.
That's
And
what you
for
said,
me,
Jimmy,
I
bro.
want to fund schools. I want to fund the MTA because the trains are never on time. We got bigger problems. I'm sorry. I'm not paying for no mandatory tests. I don't think there's any issue with a man taking care of another man's child. Women do it all the time, whether you know or not.
Mandatory DNA testing at birth. Ever since I started this platform, you guys already know I've been a major advocate of this legislation. Apparently,
I bet.
some bills are being stood up to enact.
Is they lying?
That-
That's
Let's
a
get
lie,
active.
bro.
Breaking news, guys! You will now be forced to take a DNA test after your baby is born now, because a lot of confusion has been going on during the years. So now they are making it to you have to take a DNA test as soon as the baby is born with the dude that you claim to be the dad. The dad cannot sign that birth certificate until the DNA results come back that the child is his. I feel like this is a very good thing nowadays, because sometimes the mom might be confused, don't know who the baby daddy is, and point it
Confused is crazy way to describe that.
to the person that she think the baby daddy is for some reason, and it's not fair to the dad that's not the baby daddy, that still be taking care of a baby that's not his.
Yeah, baby
So,
crying back.
lawfully, I feel like this is a very great decision. I don't feel like
That like
anybody should be mad about this decision. Your baby needs to get that mouth swabbed, and that man do too. He needs to make sure that baby is his before he be signing any type of papers. Don't be mad at me, be mad at the source. So yeah, that's how. And another thing is, if you have a man that you claim the dad is, and it's not the dad, he can sue you now.
Okay.
Yes.
The screaming baby in the background of this video is too perfect. But I absolutely agree with her. I don't understand how men are signing their name on the dotted line if this was your homegirl and she ended up pregnant. Y'all were dating. She ended up pregnant. And now without proof, your name is on the birth certificate, which means that if she files for child support, it's coming to you. My family has been a victim of paternity fraud. I actually didn't meet my biological sister till I was in college. Nevertheless,
See, sugar bum. See, sugar bum. That's what I'm talking about. Even that guy, he's talking about it. This is going on a lot. A lot of men are finding out later on, after thousands of dollars later, thousands of emotions later, that the kid is not theirs. What the fuck? What the fuck? Y'all think this shit's cool? Come on.
I can't just trust a TikToker regarding information.
But the feeling keeps kicking in.
You know what I'm saying? It's crazy stuff. We're not making not show that. Yep. Yeah, so come on now. Mandatory. That's serious. It should definitely be mandatory. Because all you're doing is protecting yourself. What's wrong with protecting yourself in the very beginning? Y'all motherfuckers be lying all the time. Protect it from your lying asses. Come on.
News report.
There's a new bill in the Ohio House named the Right to Know Act, sponsored by State Representative Josh Williams.
Laura Sandlin joins us from the studio this morning. So, Laura, what should people know about this?
Tim, Kaylee, the act is all about requiring hospitals to offer genetic testing at birth to verify paternity, as well as reduce any errors that could possibly happen in hospitals. According to sponsor Josh Williams, the testing is optional and it would require the consent of both involved parties. Parents can decline, however, both parents would need to acknowledge that they were informed of the availability.
Okay.
Additionally, he says the act is also meant to reduce any risk for baby swaps or identification error. However, the act is mainly targeted at unmarried couples in the state.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. You know what? I'm thinking about it. Right. I'm gonna put the sugar bum shit up there. Hold on a second. He said, I just don't feel like taxpayers need to be paying for DNA tests. It ain't our baby. True indeed. It's not. It's definitely not. But if there was a way, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Mandatory. All right, put it this way. I believe that if you have a baby, if you're having a baby, it should be mandatory for that mother to have a DNA test. So let's eliminate. We're going to eliminate the. We're going to eliminate the mandatory for taxpayers because it is. You're right. It's not our problem. It's not our baby. We shouldn't have to do that. But it should be mandatory for the doctor to say, you know what, before he signs this, you need to get a paternity test because, or you cannot go for child support. Put it that way. You cannot go for child support until you get that DNA test because once you put child support in there, that's when shit goes downhill because you should know if you're paying for your child or not. You know what I mean? No, if you take care of your child, put it that way. I just think it's necessary for you to know. That's going to be enough for that. I want to.
In order to help reduce any legal or financial burdens related to establishing paternity through court, as well as any possible legal disputes later. The act is a part of Williams' Family First agenda, focused on supporting families, and he says the right to know is all about strengthening family units, reducing court cases, as well as creating accessibility for biological parents.
Honestly, there needs to be more. Honestly, this needs to be more honesty. Put it that way. And men should have should have to be safe. Should have the option to be safe when it comes to taking care of their child and getting child support and the separation family and all that good stuff. We just need more options for shit not to go wrong. You dig? And I'm pretty much, this was supposed to be a show for the Velvet Room, but they dropped off. It's okay. Shit happens. I was just picking it back up. I'll probably do another recording later today. Right now.
See, that's what I'm talking. Virginer. Give me some of that Virginer.
Give me your fucking money!
He needs some milk.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I am out of here.